Alright, starting with dead last, we've got Ohio and Ready Player One. Sorry, Ohio. It's unfortunate that you made last place in all these states, but when the most prevalent film set in your state is Ready Player One, it's hard to give you any props for that. I feel bad for you, but it's just the case. Not to say that I don't love the state. You know, I've got the Scott the Woz poster in the back there. You know, I've been to Toledo. There's a great hot pot place there. The Ohio State Fair, goated. But unfortunately, you guys make 50th. Up next in 49th place is Wisconsin with Transformers Dark of the Moon. It's a lower level Transformers movie, you know. I hate to see it at 49th, but you should see the better films on this list. It was between Bridesmaids and Dark of the Moon, and Bridesmaids just didn't seem to give Wisconsin the way Dark of the Moon did. So, you know, that's what I had to go with. Up next, Nebraska has 1980s Children of the Corn. Makes sense, you know, Nebraska and corn, you gotta think about it for a second. Now, I originally wanted to put it lower because Nebraska is the same state that Snack Shack takes place in, and I hate that movie. It fills me with anger and rage. It boils my blood. It makes me see red. Steam comes out of my ears when I hear about that movie. Just couldn't bring it higher, but it's not 50th, okay? Nebraska, you've got that. Next up, Alaska at a surprising 47th place, 30 Days of Night. I don't love this movie, but I don't hate this movie. It's not Dark of the Night, you know, it's not Children of the Corn. 30 Days of Night gives Alaska more than any other film, you know. I think they should be happy with their 47th place. At least you're not Nebraska. Gives Alaska, bro. I don't know what else to tell you. Up next, we've got Vermont with White Christmas. Now, there's not much to say about Vermont. You know, I did research for this video, and they did not have a lot of films set in Vermont. I guess nobody lives there. Nobody wants to tell stories about Vermont, except for White Christmas, apparently. But, you know, it did actually give us the song White Christmas. So, I mean, that's why it's higher up, you know, it's kind of goated. Sorry if you live in Vermont, kind of a nothing burger state, that's why you guys are 46th place. Up next, we've got my home state of Indiana. You know, I've lived here for 2 years. I don't hate it, you know, it's a fine state, you know, we got Stranger Things, we got a couple things here. And we got a lot of sports movies. There's a lot of sports movies set in Indiana. There's also a lot of rom-coms set in Indiana. That's why I'm giving this one to The Fault in Our Stars. Just kidding, I'm obviously giving it to Hoosiers, which is where everybody gets their name. We named ourselves after a basketball movie from the 80s, I guess. Maybe it goes beyond that, you know, but I don't know. That's just what I think. I'm not gonna do research for this part. Indiana, you're 45th place. In slot 44, we've got Oregon or Oregon. I don't know how to say it. I've only lived in the States for 2 years. Now, Oregon has a lot of blockbusters straight up. They've got the Goonies and stuff, you know, but the movie that I think screams Oregon is Kindergarten Cop. It's gotta be Kindergarten Cop. You know, my boy Arnold, he gives a performance of a lifetime in this film. Not too good, you know, that's why it's at 44th place. But Oregon, I would be happy with your spot. You know, I could have chose the Goonies, but it's not really giving Oregon. You know, what's giving Oregon is Kindergarten Cop. You should be happy at 44th place. End us out at 43rd place, we've got Iowa, which I chose. Field of Dreams, you know, I think we all saw that coming. Iowa, you don't have a lot going on for you, but you do have Field of Dreams. I do appreciate that. I think everybody who lives in Iowa knew I was gonna choose Field of Dreams. I mean, there's really nothing else this state has. I cannot, like, cement that enough. Kind of a nothing burger state, okay? You know, I still support and appreciate you guys at 43rd place.